Hey there Sega fans, Dan the Mega Driver here of the Sega Guys, and in this video we're going to take a look at the recent fan update to the PC version of Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. For those who don't know, Outrun 2006 is a port of both Outrun 2 and Outrun 2 SP, both of which were arcade games released on the Xbox-based Chihiro arcade board. We will cover this game with a full retrospective in a future video, much as we did for the original Outrun 2. But the basics are roughly the same, albeit with a number of new modes for the home audience. Your goal is to race through the various stages against the clock, with multiple routes, rival cars, high-speed traffic, and selectable music contributing to this unique experience. Now those of you with keen ears may have picked up that this isn't the classic Outrun 2 soundtrack that you're used to. Okay, let's change it. Still not what you expected, right? Well, that's because over the years, Outrun 2006 on the PC has received numerous fantastic fan updates, and in the past week, a few more, courtesy of the coder known as emoose. Of course, these updates do now need to come via the community, because Outrun 2006 has been off sale for over 15 years now, being removed from digital stores in May 2009, and official servers being turned off in April 2010. And while there's some utterly exceptional console ports, it is the native PC version that has become the best way to play Coast to Coast, and perhaps any version of Outrun 2 today, with its plethora of options and the ability to run the game at high resolutions and at high frame rates higher than any other console version. Various mods have only served to reinforce the magnificence of this PC port over the years, and this expands on those to create what is probably the ultimate Outrun 2 experience. The headline change for this update is around the UI, allowing the game to properly scale the interface and information such as the card speed and timer. In the past, this was stretched improperly when playing in widescreen mode. Now, the user interface can be scaled correctly for widescreen displays, just like the console exclusive Outrun Online Arcade, which came to PS3 and Xbox 360, or you can restore it to its original 4:3 ratio view, which brings all the information from the game to a more central view, with the same proportions and the same spacing as the original 4:3 arcade and console views. We can now also see improvements when running the game at high frame rates above 60 frames per second. It's not something that we can demonstrate via YouTube right now, but when you're playing at high refresh rates, the improvement is very noticeable. Another thing that this update brings is that you can change Clarissa's character model in-game. Now Clarissa, as she came over from Outrun 2 SP, she was infamously censored in the home versions of Coast to Coast, putting on a black undergarment beneath her flowery blue Hawaiian shirt. This mod restores her original, more provocative look into the game. Note that this is for the in-game model only. To change the menus, you need to download the texture pack separately, you thirsty dogs. The last headline change was the introduction of compatibility with FLAC files. These are great for two reasons. Firstly, they let you download and use FLAC versions of the original music for increased quality. And second, it creates a better audio for the previously introduced CD switcher feature, which we'll go on to in a bit. Before that though, while version 0.4 released just over a week ago, version 0.4.1 launched very recently, just a few days ago as of the recording of this video, tidying up a few little blemishes around the UI scaling and the use of the CD switcher. Ah yes, the CD switcher. This was introduced a while back in version 0.3, but with the use of FLAC files it's definitely worth calling out again. This lets you change the music on the fly when you're racing, and also load any music of your choice into Outrun 2006. Of course, the original soundtrack for Outrun 2 is absolutely iconic, and why mess with a good thing? But hey, more options is always great, and I love messing around with the soundtrack. For example, you can add something Sonic themed. Not sure about that? Or how about some classic hang-on tunage? And who can say no to a bit of Daytona USA?
Are you kidding me? Thrilling.
All in all, it's a tremendous update and essential for anyone with a PC. It being an 18-year-old port, the system requirements are pretty low, so even if you can't display above 1080p and at 60 frames per second, you can still enjoy a bunch of the benefits that these updates provide. Links to the pages can be found in the description below, and we'd love to hear your thoughts on these updates if you played them. If you enjoyed this video, remember to click, like and subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on future Sega Guys content such as news, retrospectives, gameplay videos and our fortnightly podcast. Thank you all for tuning in, and until next time, we will see you on the Sega side.